You wake up next to the same person every day. You call it normal. You call it love. But the real answer is far stranger than that. Marriage feels ancient. It feels built into you, like breathing or hunger. But for most of human history, nothing like a wedding existed. No rings, no vows, no paperwork. Just people, surviving, together, in ways you'd barely recognize. So did ancient humans have marriages? Not the way you think. Go back 200,000 years. Small bands of humans move across open land. Maybe 20 people, maybe 30. Everyone knows everyone. There's no priest. There's no ceremony. There's just proximity and survival, and who sleeps where at night. Anthropologist Helen Fisher spent decades studying this. Her research suggests early humans practiced something closer to serial pair bonding. A few years with one partner, long enough to raise a child through its most fragile stage. Then often a shift, a new partner, a new bond. Why? Because raising a human infant is brutally expensive. Your brain takes over 20 years to fully develop. Somebody has to protect that slow-growing brain. Somebody has to feed it, carry it, keep it warm through winters that could kill it in hours. One person alone struggled to do that. Two people, bonded even loosely, doubled the odds a child survived. That's not romance. That's math. Here's where it gets stranger. Some of the earliest evidence of long-term pairing doesn't come from love letters or rings. It comes from bones. Anthropologist Owen Lovejoy proposed that even Australopithecus, walking upright over 4 million years ago, may have formed pair bonds. His theory points to smaller canine teeth in males, less need to fight rivals for a mate, less violence, more cooperation, a quiet trade, loyalty for survival. Think about that. Before language, before fire even, something in your ancestors was already choosing partnership over conflict. But choosing a partner and marrying a partner are not the same thing. Marriage as an institution is much younger. Most anthropologists trace formal marriage back roughly 5 to 10,000 years, right around the time humans stopped wandering and started farming. And that timing is not a coincidence. When you hunt and gather, you don't own much. There's little to inherit. But once you plant crops, once you build a permanent home, once you raise livestock, suddenly there's property, land, animals, wealth that needs an heir. Marriage became a solution to a very practical problem. How do you know whose child gets the land? Anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss argued that early marriage wasn't really about love between two people at all. It was about alliance between two families. A daughter married into another clan wasn't just gaining a partner, she was creating a political bridge, a trade agreement, a peace treaty sealed in flesh. Did that feel cold? It was. For most of history, marriage had almost nothing to do with romantic love. Love was, at best, a bonus. Historian Stephanie Coontz has written extensively on this. Her research shows that romantic love only became the primary reason to marry within the last few hundred years, largely in Western cultures, largely after the Enlightenment convinced people that personal happiness mattered more than family duty. Before that, you married for land. You married for protection. You married because your father made a deal with another father, and you found out about it at the ceremony. So when did rings appear? When did vows appear? Ancient Egyptians exchanged rings of braided reed as early as 4,000 years ago, believing the circle symbolized eternity. Romans later formalized contracts, dowries, legal witnesses. The Christian church didn't require weddings to happen inside churches until the 12th century. Every piece of the modern wedding you picture was added slowly, 1 century at a time, by people solving problems you don't think about anymore. Inheritance, alliance, religion, law. Here's the twist that should unsettle you. You think you chose your partner freely, for love, because your heart told you to. But underneath that choice is a 4-million-year-old system built for something else entirely. Survival, cooperation, property. Your wedding day feels personal. It's actually one of the oldest group strategies your species ever invented, wearing a very modern disguise. So the next time you see two people exchange rings, remember what you're really watching. Not just love, not just tradition. You're watching the same ancient bargain your ancestors made around a fire, updated for a world they never could have imagined. You didn't invent marriage. You inherited it. And somewhere inside that quiet vow is the oldest survival strategy you've ever taken part in.